Hi Arun, hi Dipti, hi Karthik. I think Anusha and Deepa are missing, right? I think Deepa won't be able to. Deepa, I think Veda is missing. Hi Subhashri.
Veda is not going to join today.
Yeah,
She some
yeah,
work. She messaged me
hmm.
and she told she you will go for recording for today's class.
Yeah. She even pinged me.
Yes.
But Anusha will join, right?
Okay. I think who has joined? Dipti, Arun, Karthik. Okay. Anusa has not joined it.
Yeah.
Can anyone ask to Anusa to join quickly so that we can start?
Meanwhile, Arun, Karthik, and Deepti, if you guys have any doubts, you can put it up. We can
Yes,
clear.
yes.
Anusha join. Hi Nisha.
Yeah, Anusa joined.
Yeah, yeah. And before we
Yes,
start, yeah, yes,
Ravi, please ask some questions to them for the yesterday's class so
yeah,
we can
yeah.
understand means how much they have understood.
Yes, yes.
Yes, yes,
So,
please ask.
yeah, let's start with Arun. Arun, yesterday we discussed on list, tuple, sets, and dictionaries, right? Can I know what is the difference between them? List, set, tuple, and dictionaries. And before that, like, have you done the assignment which I gave you? Uh, Assignment.
yes, sir. Sir, actually, you have actually forgotten to add that PPT, sir, yesterday.
Yeah, actually, I
But
added
then,
it now.
yes, sir.
Okay,
But then I just recalled like what all it was there, and I have done few, sir.
okay, okay. Subhashri, did you find a way where we can upload these assignments or something? Yeah. Meanwhile, can anyone let me know like what is the difference between set, tuple, list, and dictionaries? Hello, hello. Karthik, want to say something? Yeah, just let me know.
Actually, your voice was breaking, so can you just repeat the question, sir?
I need the difference between set, tuple, list, and dictionary. Yesterday we discussed right what is
Yes,
list,
sir.
set,
Yes.
tuple, dictionary. So those things. Yeah, just
Yeah.
normal definition. That's it.
Yes, sir. Normally, the list it is an ordered way with a mutable collection, sir.
Yes.
A tuple is an it is also, but it is immutable, sir. In tuple, it is.
Yeah.
But then in the set, it is unordered, sir. It is in unordered way with unique elements, like something like that.
Yeah.
Yes, in dictionary, it is unordered, sir,
Unordered
with key value pair.
key value pairs. Yeah, exactly.
Yes,
Cool. So that's the key difference. And
yes, sir. Like this, in one word, I have thought of remembering it, sir.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Nice, nice, nice. Good. Uh, Now, I hope you guys started practicing it. So then you will get to know more queries or more doubts on top of these concepts. Then you guys can do some research or put it up to me. Then we can discuss on these things. Okay. Um, and before that, like any questions? Have you started practicing SQL? Like, can anyone let me know what is difference between row number, rank, and tenth rank? Arun, Deepti, Karthik. So row number, rank, and dense rank.
We can suggest you people every day create one Excel for each member. So whatever you people are practicing after the class, create the screenshot, attach in the Excel file, and after 1 week, every week after, we can validate okay whether you people are actually practicing or not. Because in the day by day the content will increase, so it will be very difficult for you to absorb more content. Correct, Ravi?
Yeah, yeah, exactly,
And
exactly.
it will be also complex also. So now whatever Ravi had taught you, so just make one schedule. Okay, we have already taught this much of amount of the content, so we need to make the practice. So do the practice and put the screenshot. Me and Ravi will validate.
Yes, exactly,
Okay,
exactly.
not every day after 1 week. Okay, means Monday we'll check
Yeah,
whatever we taught in the this week. You need to check. Correct?
Yes,
yes,
ma'am.
okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay, okay.
Okay. So in your group also you can add to me and Ravi. So we can whatever you are sharing will check. Okay. Please study together. Okay. I'm telling you again and again because so many free contents are also available in the market, right? In the YouTube also. But why you are joining here? You will get benefited after doing the course, right? Okay, Ravi, you can start.
Yeah, let me share my screen. Let me know once it's visible. Okay. So I started my screen sharing. Um, Yesterday we left one concept, so I just wanted to cover that quickly and then jump on to the next concept. Okay. So one of the most important question in the interviews. Okay. So this shallow copy versus deep copy. Okay. The name itself says here, right? Shallow versus deep. What happens here is like let's say you have a list. Okay. So a data. This is a list. Okay. And you wanted to copy this list into another list, right? Into another. Let's say here it's data, but you wanted to copy into another list. Then we have two concepts that was provided by Python. One is shallow copy and one is deep copy. So what happens here is if you use a shallow copy, okay, let's go here. Um, okay, so shallow copy. What happens here is if you copy the element, if you copy list, okay. Um, Let me give you the example. In that way, you guys will understand better. Don't think I'm unable to copy this. Let me quickly open this. Yeah. So copy. Okay, so this is what shallow and deep copy. So what happens is let me before giving me any statement, let's try to run this and see what will happen. Okay, first I'll take this import copy because this is the syntax we use for shallow copy and deep copy. Then we will get to know what happens. So okay, this is my copy. I'll just run this so that my system will aware what are the details. Okay, now let me run this. Let me take only shallow copy first. Okay, shallow copy. And now here take shallow copy. Shallow copy is equal to this. Okay. Now let me run this. Okay. Now let me give shallow one 0 0 because here if you see this is a list. Okay. So this is a list and inside that you have one more list. So this will come into list one, two. This is one list. Okay. And this is second list. So what happens here is we call this as nested list. Nested list. Okay, now this belongs to index 1 and this belongs to index 1. Okay, and inside that index 1, index 0, index 1, in fact inside that you have two more elements. This belongs to 0, this belongs to 1. So that means if you want to call 1 you need to go with 0 0. If you want to call 2 you need to go with 0 1. Okay, and here if you want to go with 3 you need to go with 1 0, and if you want to go with 4 you need to call 1 1. Okay, so this is kind of matrix. You can think of matrix if you guys are aware of that concept. Okay, so just matrix. This is a nested list. Okay, now let me run this. Copy of data. This is what shallow copy will looks like. I'm just copying this data into this shallow. Okay, before doing this, let me print. Okay, let me print shallow. How shallow looks like. See, exact replica of data. So this is what copy. But before that, let me try one more thing. Data. It's also happening. Okay, so I was able to do that. No, I think wait, I do not want to confuse you. Okay, let me this shallow, um shallow. See, um I think it should fail. Yeah, this is also working actually. Shallow is equal to data. Okay, okay, so now here I'm changing the data. Print shallow comma data. Okay, so let's see what will be the output. So now I'm just putting this. So same output. Fine. Now let me change this. See, I haven't changed data. If anyone noticed here, I haven't changed data here. If you guys see, both values got changed. Okay, I haven't changed the data. What happens here is if I do shallow, okay, shallow, and this copy of data, it refers the data here. This data is stored in some memory, let's say some xyz memory. Okay, this data will get stored in that xyz memory. This shallow, right, this shallow will refers to that memory, xyz memory. It won't recreate a memory for this data. It will just refer that memory. So whenever I just updated 0012 triple nine, it will go and update this one value in that memory. So whenever I call shallow or data, it will give me the changed element. Okay, so shallow copy means it refers shallow copy means it refers it refers memory. Okay, memory. So what happens, this data, right, 1 2 3 4 will store in some memory. Let's say, uh, let's give it some name, Ronaldo. Okay, Ronaldo is the memory name. Okay, so what happens here is these objects, right, these objects element, like in the system, right, system need to store it somewhere, so that whenever we call data, it needs to give those values, right. So it will store it here. Okay, in the memory, in the Ronaldo's memory. Okay, now whenever I do copy and call this thing, then it will go and update that value, 00th value, in this memory. Okay, now whenever I call shallow or data, because shallow and data both points to the same memory, so that's why it will give the same output. Okay, so that's what shallow copy will do. Shallow copy will change the original data as well. Okay, will change original data as well. Okay, because it's just referring to the memory, not not creating a new memory or new object out of it. Okay, now let's go with deep copy. Okay, deep copy, let's do same thing to the deep copy. So do you guys think like deep copy will change? What happens with the deep copy? Any guesses? No. So deep copy is called copy dot deep copy. I'm just changing it to triple line again. Okay, now let me print deep comma, this is normal data comma data. Okay, let me print this. So let me run this. What's happening here? Oh, sorry, I'm just giving both the deep here. Oh, wait. I do not want to confuse you, so that's why I gave it here, but I should have gone with another thing. Okay, data is equal to this. So now data is deep copied into this deep. Now deep we are changing it to triple line, and we're supposed to see it here. See, see if the deep copy, right, this triple line 2 and 3 comma 4, this triple line got changed, but data is unchanged. But we did the same step here, but here the data hasn't that the data got changed, because in the shallow copy it will only refer to the memory, but in the deep copy it will copy into the new memory location. That means here you have Ronaldo is equal to memory, right? Ronaldo, it will create one more memory. It will create one more memory for the object. Ronaldo memory is first original location. Original location. Okay. Now deep copy will create new memory location and store store the data there. Okay, that's the issue here. Earlier you might have seen triple line here, because that just that here I initialized data here, and there I changed with the shallow copy, but I haven't reinitialized this to this data, so that's why you might have seen triple line. Just don't get confused. So deep copy will copy entire data into new location, new memory location, and store the data there. So whenever you update a deep copy, this new location will get updated, not the old location. Okay, that's why whenever you call deep, you will get the new data, but whenever you call data, you will get the old data. So that's the difference between shallow copy and the deep copy. You might get this question in the interviews. Just be aware of this. Okay, just practice it. Okay, and also there's one more thing. I do not want to deep dive into this, but yeah, if you observe here, it's even copying this structure as it is. If you see here, the list, right? Data is a list inside a list. This list is inside a list, and it's even copying that list as well. So it's doing recursive copy. Okay, so it will first copy this, go into this list. It found a list, and it will go into that list, and in that they will copy one element, first one, then two, and then make it a list. Then it will copy, go into this second element, which is a list, and again it will copy this three, four there into that list. Okay, it is copying exact replica of that list. Okay, so that's one more thing. Just remember that. Okay, so this is what shallow copy and deep copy looks like. There is much more deeper concept here involved here, but yeah, for now this will be fine for you to kickstart. Okay, that's what these things do. Now let's quickly jump into our another concept. So far, any doubts? Any doubts so far? No, right? Can anyone let me know what is shallow copy versus deep copy? Yeah, Arun, you wanted to say something? Um, can we know shallow copy versus deep copy? Deep T, difference between just normal sentence. That's it. What you understand? Karthik.
Um, Shallow copy
Hmm.
uh, value of original object. I
Shallow
mean,
copy.
create a new object. Create a new object. And deep copy also create a new storage.
Uh, okay.
Deep copy is an inner object.
Deep copy. Acha,
The
okay.
outer object is also
Hmm.
inner object.
So tell me one thing. Between shallow and deep copy, which will create the new memory location? You can
Deep
unmute
copy.
yourself. Deep copy. Okay. So shallow copy won't create new location. Okay. So whenever you change data in shallow copy, will that change the original data? Yes or no? Whenever you change data of the shallow copy object, will it change the original data? Will shallow copy create a new object, new memory location?
No, sir.
Yes, sir. Shallow creates, sir.
Shallow creates new
No,
memory location.
No,
no,
No.
sir.
no.
Okay. Okay. So whenever I update a shallow object, will that update my old object?
Yes, sir.
Uh, yes, yes, it will update. You just saw here, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
I just did a shallow copy, and then I sent 999 here, and it updated the original value as well, right?
Yes, sir.
Now let's discuss on deep copy. Okay, deep copy. Will deep copy create my original location? I will create a new memory location.
No, sir.
Deep copy won't create new memory location.
It will create, sir.
It will, yes, yes, sir.
Yeah, actually, it will create
Create
that new
new,
memory
Ah,
location.
yes, sir.
Okay.
yes,
So if I change my deep copy object, will that change original object?
yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Why? It already created a new memory location, right? Your old object is in old memory location. Then changing your object in new memory location cannot change your object in old memory location. Remember that. Okay. I know. This is first time, right? I mean, this is the first time you head off this concept. Okay, so maybe just little confusing. Just go through that. So I'm just again iterating. Shallow copy means the data won't be there won't be new memory created. It's just old memory. This shallow refers to old memory and the object in that memory. That's it. So whenever you change this, do something on this shallow object, it will change the original data as well because it's the same memory. Both the shallow and the original data refers to same memory. That's why it got changed. But in case of deep copy, what happens is deep copy will create a new memory location. So original data points to different memory location, and deep copy will points to different memory location. So that's why changing this new memory location will not change the old memory subject. Okay, just remember that. You can just go through this again, or just google it, you will find again. Okay. Now let's quickly move into this python list comprehensions. Okay, I hope you got this concept. Okay, so maybe just that practice it, just see the recording or just go through it again. You will get them. Okay. Yeah. So now let's go to one of an interesting concept, python list comprehensions. So what is python list comprehensions? So before that I just wanted to show you an example. Okay. Now I wanted to have a range of squares. I mean, let's say this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I hope you guys are aware of this for loop, okay, in Python. So that's why I'm not teaching you the for loop and all. Okay. So this is what squares. Uh, a list look like. Okay. Let me give the list. One is equal to 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5. Okay, this is what list looks like. Okay, now I just wanted to go through this, give range of values 1 to 6. 1 means you all know, you already know this. If I give 6 here, then the python will consider only till 5. It won't consider this 6. Okay, so yesterday we discussed this point. Okay, now for x in range of 1 comma 6, we will do squares dot append of x for star star 2. What this will do is, uh, it will just do the square. Okay, square of numbers. So you know, right? 2 power 2 is equal to 4, 3 power 2 is equal to 9, so something like that. So squares, then you need to append these values. That's why you will form a square. Okay. Now if I run this, I will see this value. Okay, let me give 10 here. Okay, you will get value still 9. Okay, so these are the squares you will see. Okay, this is how you write the squares. But python provides one more concept. Okay, one more concept, because list comprehension. Why? Because in real time, right? In real time, if you write for small things as well in this kind of things, it doesn't look nice. And the production grade level grade coding, right? So it's a bit different. You wanted to make it user friendly and most efficient as well. So for that, python offers us a list comprehension. Okay, first let's see what's the syntax of list comprehension, then I will let you know. General syntax. This is the syntax. Okay, this is syntax. Let's see what's the syntax. Syntax is expression, okay, for item in iterable and if condition. Okay, then expression is equal to the value to store in the list, and item is equal to element, iterable is equal to list, tuple, range, string, etc. Condition is equal to optional. Okay, so this is the list, how list looks like. Now let me let me build this expression for you. Okay, I'll take this. In this case, there is no if condition. Let's condition is optional here. If you see this syntax, this is optional. This is the rule. Okay, so this is the rule list comprehension has. List comprehension rule. Let's say this rule you cannot change. No one can change. Even the developer cannot change. Just remove this condition. Just remove this condition. Okay. Now expression for item in iterable. Here in this example, what is the iterable? Right? The iterable is this range of 1, comma 10. That's the iterable. Now let me place this in here. Okay, that's it. Now item. Item means item means variable representing each element in the iterable. That means here x is what representing each element. Now let me copy this. This is x. Copied it. Now expression. What is the expression? Expression is x power 2. That's the expression. Let's go here. X power 2. That's it. Now squares is equal to this. Look, let's go here and squares. Let's print squares. Okay. Let me run this. Let me see what will be the output. See, it's also gives the same output. Now, if you compare both the codes, which looks better? It looks easy, or I mean not easy. You need some involve some knowledge here to write this squares list comprehension using list comprehension. Okay, this is without using comprehension. Okay, see how easy is this? I mean, how small is this? So whenever someone is looking at your production level code, if you write this code into this list comprehension, this looks very easy and very efficient and very, what we say, compatible, very compatible in your production level grading. Okay, so why I'm talking about production level grading? So whenever you go to and write your code, right, so you will see so much amount of code, like 3000 lines, 10,000 lines, those kind of level of codes. But if you try to put your code into shorter, right, so and make it concise and clear, then it really help while you're debugging, while anyone came in the first time looking at your code. So it will really help them people. So that's why they introduced this concept called list comprehension. Okay, so this is how you do. So instead of going with for loop, let's say in future you wanted to condition as well. If let's say x greater than 2, so that means 2 squares, if and only if it is greater than 2, then only append this. Now let's run this. Here also you can do this. If x greater than 2, so you can also apply that condition. Okay, you can also do that as still do that as well. um Squares. Okay, see, you haven't got I think 1 and 4. 9, it starts from 3, because 3 greater than 2, 4 greater than 2, and 9 till 9 greater than 2. That's what you get. So you can give the conditions as well here. So this will definitely help you. It will definitely reduce your number of lines of codes you write in a production level coding. Okay. At the end of the class, I already prepared production level coding, how it looks like. Okay. So then you'll get to know these ideas. Okay. That's what list comprehension is. So far you understand? Like, so far you with me? Um, so far, any doubts, anything? You understand this concept, right? In this way you won't answer. Yeah. Who's this? Let me know what is list comprehension. What you understand, that's it. Just simple words. List comprehension is so that yeah, that
Uh, List compression is uh, a power of, I mean, values powers. I mean,
values.
power 3, power 4. I mean,
Yeah, power. That's fine. But what's the difference between list comprehension? This is list comprehension. This is value list.
sir, your voice is calibrated.
Okay, this is the problem you're solving with list comprehension. X power 2. You wanted to
Yes,
square all the elements in the list. Okay,
yes,
that's
yes.
you're doing via list comprehensions. And without list comprehension, it looks like this, that code. Okay, now just tell me difference between these two. That's it. Difference between these two, not the underlying code. Like you are doing power of elements, something like that. No, just tell me difference. What's the difference? So here you have 3 lines of code. Here only 1 line of code, right? and this is more understandable, more simple and clear and concise. Here it's bit like you need to understand, okay, for x if all this kind of stuff, right? This is bit clear and concise, right?
Yes, 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 yes.
So just remember that difference now. But later we deep dive, right? Then you will get to know it's a beauty. Okay, so whenever you go into production level coding, right, then you will recognize, let's say you have 10,000 lines of code. In those 10,000 lines of code, you need to these three will have 10,000 plus 3, but it will add only one line. So in that way, out of this 10,000, let's say you have 10 plus such codes like this, these three lines of codes, you have three at 10 places, that means 30 lines of code. But if you have this code at if you replace these 10 three lines with this line, then it will be 10 lines only. So that will reduce your number of lines of code, and also it will look beautiful when you write production level coding. Okay, just remember that. And once you start working right, then you will get to know more things, more things. Okay. Yeah, now let's see one more interesting concept. Okay, list comprehension, you know, right? In the inside this list comprehension, you can do pairs as well. Pairs, how to do pairs? Come here, comma, I wanted to do square as well. 3. Hmm? See, 927. See, 4. This is export to. I mean, I'm just squaring it up. I'm just doing this stuff. Okay. So this is also you can do. Okay. So you can make this. If you see this symbol, what it will look like? Is it a set or tuple or list? What is this? Bracket symbol. Like you represent list with list. Okay. Set with. Okay.
A
A
tuple
tuple.
tuple
Tuple,
sets.
exactly. Tuple. So this is your tuple. So you built a tuple here. You created a tuple, and in that tuple is inside this list. Okay, so you can do that as well. Or I can create a dictionary as well. Okay, I can create a dictionary as well. Let me create a dictionary. Instead of this, I create a dictionary. Key value pairs. Oh, what happened? Okay. See, dictionary as well. Key value pairs. Key value pairs. Maybe it looks like something. Okay, let's see. Let's go with this. Okay, so for 3, its cube is 27. For four is the key. Its cube is 64. For 5, its cube is 125. Right? You can create a dictionary as well here. Right? Understand? So this is how
Yes,
this
yes.
looks. Very simple, right? Otherwise, if you wanted to write a code, then you need to go there, and then let's say you wanted to write do one thing, take this as an assignment. Take this take this and write this code without list comprehension, and you need to see this output. Okay, take this, the output. Okay, output should look like this without list comprehension. Okay, then you will get to know the beauty of list comprehension. Okay, let me take this and post it here so that you guys can start working on it. Okay, so that's what list comprehension, and you can do list, nested list, all those kind of stuff. But I'm not deep dive into that. You can just start practicing on those things, then you will get to know more things on that. Then you can start working. Conditional expression inside list comprehension, you already saw that, right? If loop, how if loop works, all those kind of stuff. Okay. um okay, this is a bit different. Let me walk you through this as well. Okay. Okay, so numbers equal to numbers. Here, if you observe, I just gave this if condition before. Then for range of 1 comma 10, x greater than 5, then give me greater else less. Let's see what will it will do. See, I was able to do some manipulation as well here. Okay, let me do this like this here. I'm not sure what will happen here, but let me try this. Then else x. Okay, let me run this. See, 1 is greater than 5, right? 5. See, you can do these kind of stuff as well. Here I just give the if condition so that it manipulates. So it will take this element. Okay, for x in range of 1, it will take 1. 1. Now I will check for this one. 1 less than 5. Okay, it's less than 5, right? If x less than 5, sorry, we should be writing here like this. It make more understanding. Yeah. Great. Okay, so 1 is less than 5, it came here. So 1 is less than 5, so if x this condition satisfied, it will do this, or else it will do this. Okay, so small step. So you can write if condition as well in front, then for. Okay, so this is one of the smallest example, but in the real time, right, you start practicing, then you will you can find more examples on that. Okay, so dictionary to list you already saw how we can do this. So those things, extract digits from strings, so you can just practice these things. Okay, now let's quickly jump into. So these are the problems I gave for the assignment. Okay, so generate list of use list combination only. Okay, just generate a list of cubes from 1 to 10, which you already saw just now. Okay, just remove that. Just extract vowels from a given string, take any string, just do that, and just flatten this thing. Okay, flatten this thing and just create this list. Convert the list of words into their lengths. Okay, list of words, take a, let's say, just saw this, right? List of words, sorry, list of words, take your names, Ravi, um, Karthik. Okay, now you should get the output like, um, let's say, Drushti. So now you need to give the output like, let's take this. Okay, Ravi, key value pair, it should be key value pair. Now Ravi's character is 4, right? Similarly for Karthik and Subhashri, you need to give this. The output should look like this. List, inside that list you have this dictionaries, nested dictionaries. Okay, and inside that next dictionary, the key is name, and the value is the number of letters in that key. Okay, so that's the assignment for you. These are very easy things, so just try to practice it. Okay. Okay, so this is how it looks like. Okay, so just practice this, and prime numbers you can just do this. Here you need to use if else condition, because you wanted to make prime numbers, right? How prime numbers are given, it's up to you. Okay, 1% to, I mean, element percent to double equal to 0, then what happens? If not, if greater than element not percent to not equal to 0, then what happens? So just decide and just let me just start your practicing. Okay, this is how these things look like, just a small queries. Okay, so now I wanted to show you some, because this is Python. In the Python, these are the most important concepts. Okay, this list comprehension, list, set, tuple, and dictionaries. Okay, you already gone through this, you already aware of this for loop, if loop, and all those things, right? That's why I should introduce this set, tuple, list, and dictionary. Now you just saw list comprehension as well, and you already saw like how to create dictionary, set, tuple inside that list. Okay, now you aware of all the things that we need to do in the Python. Okay, you all you need to do is just start practicing, that's it. But before that, let me show you how real-time production level coding looks like. Okay, small things. I do not want to complicate, I just want to keep it small things. Okay, production level code, as I mentioned, because production rates, there are, you are not the only one who develop the code and do the production support as well. You will develop the code, and someone will come and do the production support to you. So once you develop the code, you will give the code to him, right? Production support guy. Then the support guy needs to look into your code, and he is supposed to understand your code, because once he understands code, then only he will be able to debug the code, right? So that's why you need to make the code more understandable and more easy for other developers to understand. As I develop my code, I know what happens in my code, but need to make sure that other developers or the support guy, because let's say you created a new functionality. That functionality you will test it and you will deploy it into production. Then in the production, right, someone needs to handle that code, maintain that code. Then he needs to able to understand this code very well. Okay, and it should be maintainable. Maintainable means, let's say in future, some he wanted to change in the production, they're facing some issue, and they wanted to do some changes to that code. So your code should be flexible so that they can make changes and use it, reusable. Okay, and robust. Let's say you found any error, you need to put it somewhere. If your job got failed, or if your job found any error, you need to put into some central location or some place, so that the production support guy, instead of looking into your job every day, let's say he has thousand jobs, right? So he cannot go into look into every job and see what happening. Okay, so you need to put this log errors into some central place or something, so that he will keep track on those central place. That's it. He'll see, okay, this job got failed, this job got an issue, like that. Then then it will be very easy for maintaining, right? Maintaining your entire production, right? And efficient, it should be efficient, optimized performance. So if your job is running for more than, let's say, the job could finish in 10 minutes, but due to some issue it was running in 100 minutes, I mean more than 1 hour. So those kind of things we shouldn't want to happen, right? So that it's more efficient, it uses better utilize your resources, or your persons who are in the shift, right? If the one person is spending more efforts on your one problem, then it's a waste of time, right? So if you wanted to put these errors gracefully, then he can spend minimum time and found what's the issue, and he can write a counter code to that. No, optimized performance means, like, you can main less sources, less. If you wanted to use, let's say, 10 laptops, if you done the task, complete the task in using 5 laptops, then that's it. That's very beneficial, right, for your cost perspective. So that's optimized performance. And testable, it should be testable, and you need to provide some automated tests or something, just do that, but just ignore this part. But till here, you should be there. Now I'll show you a small example how production grade coding look like. Because the next thing, you will start practicing mostly, I know, but next thing is you need to start writing this, how the good code looks like. See, this is the function someone created, and this is what it's doing. It is doing some x into 2, so it's doubling the given number. Okay, now, if see, if this is the code, if someone comes here, let's say here it's only 2 lines, but in the production it could be 100 lines. And if someone comes and look at this code, it's not self-explanatory, right? You need to see, okay, what is this function? Okay, function is inputting x, then it is returning x into 2, right? It's doubling. Now he need to understand. Or or if you go here and just do this thing, because these are the doc strings in Python provides us this. So this function will do doubling of numbers. That's it. How explanatory, self-explanatory, right? So now, if someone suddenly sees look at this function, they do not need to deep dive. They will just look at this and see, okay, this function will do doubling. It will take input. Here input, right? You can just give, it is an integer. You can just mention this. It still works. It still works. There is no issue. You are mentioning that, okay, this x is the input, and x input is like integer. You will input this x into integer only, or let's say string, or dict. So whatever, maybe you can just specify the type of that input argument as well. Okay, then just that's it. You will just do this. Okay. Now how exactly the good working look like? See, this is what int, and here, right, this right, this is like output. What's the expected data type of an output? Just do hyphen. That's it. That's it. If you are expecting an double, then just give double, or string, just give string. That's it. It will be very easy. Okay, just self-explanatory. Now if someone comes and look at this, okay, this is the function. Let's ignore this function name for now. We will optimize that as well. So this inputs x is an argument, and the x argument type is integer. Okay, integer. And this function will do doubling of numbers and return export to. And what's the data type of the return object? That is string. Actually it's int, but I just mentioned that. So this int. So this is how good this is. If someone comes here and just see this, it's really helpful, right? Now, how just includes one more thing. Now let's see this function, right? Fn is the function name. But if that function name is doesn't look nice, what does this function? I wanted to write this double underscore number, so it makes it more cleaner, more explanatory, self-explanatory, right? And here, instead of using the variables, always try to give some name to it. This is a variable x, so you can even give some n here. Anything, any object you want to give, just give that. But it's not that good. Just give the number, or you are inputting an integer. Okay, integer 1, then integer 1. Okay, because integer is a keyword in Python, I'm not giving integer, I'm just giving integer. Just integer underscore star 2. It will double the numbers. That's it. So how good this code looks like, how bad this code looks like. Okay, earlier it used to be very bad, but we made it beautiful. Right? If someone comes into the production level code, and then he will get to know all these things. Okay, so just make your code some structure, some beauty, add some beauty. Now, just want to get some simple structure. Okay, I do not want to complicate things. Just simple structure. That's it. This is the project folder. Okay, go here. Project. That's it. Just enter this project folder. That's it. Now inside that, just create one more folder, src. Okay, src source code. That's it. Now just enter there. Now there, you will have these files: init.py file, main.py file, utils.py file. What are these things? Okay. Now, init.py means, I could have shown you. I think I do not have Notepad plus plus here. No. So yeah. So I will explain you what is this init.py file. Init.py file is an empty Python file. Empty Python file. Okay, just you do not need to remember all these things. Just understand how things works in the real time. Empty Python file. What its importance is, it will, whenever Python interpreter came across this file, right, by seeing across this Python file, by seeing this init dot is this empty file, init.py file, it will assume this is Python folder. Okay, this folder can be run, or this folder or its content can be run using Python. Okay, that's it. That's what this whenever you see anything, right, just whenever you see underscore init dot py, that's just remember this is an empty Python file. You can write code as well, but we are not going to keep it simple. Whenever Python interpreter came across by this folder, it will by seeing this underscore init underscore py, it will assume that okay, this is a Python folder, and this folder will contain some Python functions or Python files. It can be executed with the Python interpreter. Okay, now what does main.py will do? uh, Let me take this and put it here. Okay, remove this. What does main.py? So main.py is the place where your job flow will lies. Job flow of execution is decided. Execution is decided. Okay. If any of you guys worked with any of the traditional programmer like C languages, Java, right? There is a main function. So in the main function, you will call the functions, right? So in the main function, you will write what are the functions that can be, what are the functions that can be called, and when this function is called, which function is called first, which function is called next, right? So your job flow of execution is decided inside main function. Okay, main function. Perfect. Now let's come to this utils.py. Utils.py is like your utility Python file. Let's say you wanted to add some numbers, add numbers. This is a function, okay, or subtract numbers, something, some functions. So what you will do, instead of putting these functions, these type of functions here, you'll just go and put it into utils.py file. Then what happens is, whenever you wanted to import run these functions, you just import this utils.py, because it's in the same location. Just type that import utils as as uh, that's it. Let's go with Virat. That's it. Now, whenever you wanted to call any function, this add numbers function, just use this keyword Virat dot this. That's it, and just pass your values to it. That's it. It will call this function inside this utils.py. That's it. It's very simple. Because what happens with using this utils.py is your code will look very well, very good. Um, wait, let me show you an example as well. If I show you an example, then you'll know looks very clean. Okay. Okay. So this is, let's assume this is our main function. Okay. This is our main function looks like. And so now I'm not writing the definition. I'm just defining the function. Okay. Ef um, numbers. Okay. Now df subtract underscore numbers pass. Okay. And pass means you can write the code later. Okay. Pass. That's it. Now here we will call uh, add underscore numbers. That's it. And again I will call subtract underscore numbers. Okay, that's it. This is how the code looks like without utility function. Now what happens is, this is main function. Okay, this is our main function, main.py file name. Okay, main.py. Now let me create one more file. Okay, in that file let me take this thing from here. Okay, just go here. This is my utility file. I just put here. Just this file name is utility.py. This is the file. Now all it's in the same location. Same location. Let's say downloads. I told you, right? Project src. Then there is this file, and that file is also located in the same location. See, this file also located in the same location. Now all I need to do is just go here. Just say this import. What is the name of the file? Utility, right? Utility utility as Virat. You can give any name here. Just give Virat. Just Virat dot add numbers. That's it. Just Virat dot. That's it. So this looks way better, right? Instead of giving this, let's say assume you have 20 plus functions here, 20 plus functions, reusable functions. You created that function, so instead of repeating those steps, so right, so you don't need to call all this. Let's say these are different functions. Okay, don't consider this same, even the copy paste. One, two, three, four, five, six different functions. Now you do not need to put all these things and make this main file look like messy. Just keep all the reusable functions into separate file. Then you can just in the main function you can just define the flow. When should this add numbers call? When does this separate numbers call? So this is how in the real time should look like. Okay, utility. Okay, so that's it. Rest I just added for you, like test.main. In case you wanted to test anything or any test scripts or something like that, you can create functions for that as well, because we need to test our code, right, whether it's working fine or not. So those test finds you can write it here and you can just use it. Okay, configurations.ml. So let's say you wanted to use any database connection, right? You want to connect to some database. Let's say you want, keep it simple. Let's say you want to log into your Facebook. How you are going to log into your Facebook? You need a user ID and password, right? So those user ID and passwords, we won't directly pass it in the main function or utilities function. We will just put those secrets inside this configuration.ml, right? Configuration file. Inside that you will put this, and from this you will read this, import this file, then you will read this file. That's it. That's how you use it. Okay. In real time, you need to connect to some database. So that database you cannot store those database credentials. Database will also get some username and password. Those username and password you do not need to maintain in the same main and utils, and it's not recommended. Okay, you just need to go into this config file, and inside that you can store it, and there you can You can import this and you can start it. And requirements.txt. So let's say to run these functions you wanted to run some specific packages, then those packages will be given here, requirements.txt. Then if you run this pip install this file name .txt, it will hyphen r, I think. It will install all the packages inside this txt file. Okay, so you can mention what are the packages that needed to run this code. Okay, readme.md. So this markdown file, what it will do is, markdown file will explain whole concept, high level concept, let's say high level concept of your code. Okay, so that's easy. Okay, that's what these things look like. Okay, so this is just production level. Okay, so currently when you start practicing you do not need all these things, but once you go to this production level thing, right, then interviews or something, then you need to have some idea on these things. When we start doing projects, right, then we need to follow this structure. Okay, thus using configurations we just showed, right, config files or environment variables. You can also use environment variables. You can set this is your environment, then inside that you can just set your variables. Let's say this is set environment something, using some script you will set this environment, then get this environment. I mean, set this value to this db underscore url, just get this environment variable, and just you can use it, so something like that. Okay, error handling. Yesterday I told you, right, how try accept will help you with the zero division error, right, if you guys remember. So that's the concept here. So just whenever you find that any file, any code can throw an error, then put that into try block and accept. So if you find that okay, I can get file not found error, then just accept that you're expecting that error to happen, right? Then you will just catch that exception and just greet that okay, this is error, this is what you wanted to print. That's it. And finally, because you do not want to make this, let's say file dot close. So for your information, by the way, this is how you open a file. Okay, file is equal to open up table a name.txt r and then read the content inside that file. That's it. Then you need to close that file because it do not want to misbehave, right? But your file got failed because you are unable to, let's say you are able to open the file, but you are unable to read the content or some issue happens, then your cursor will stop at right here. Then if you by any chance there is no file found, then that's when you will fail error. But if the file found and something happened while reading the content, you will fail, right? Then you are unable to close the file, right? Then in those cases you will have a block called finally block. So nothing, whatever happens doesn't matter, it will finally close this file. That's it. You read the file successfully or failure, that doesn't matter, it will just simply close this file. That's it. That's what it is to finally block. It will execute no matter what. Okay, no matter what, it will execute. Okay, and in the production we are going to use logging instead of printing. See, what is logging? So you guys can ask me what is logging. So logging means, let's say in your while your code started running, right, in the real time the code won't complete within 1 minute. It will take at least I mean sometimes it will take 1 hour as well. That 1 hour, there are many things happening in the code, right? You wrote so many things. Then you wanted to know which event happened, which function executed at what time. Those kind of things we will use logging. Because print means you need to log it, like this. What logging will do is it will print the answer like time. Okay, let's say at let's say 22. It will give the date as well, but for now I'm just giving 2201. So this function one ran and it emits this output, so and so output. That's it. That's what it will give. But in your, or you can just print as well. Print, then just you need to give time everywhere. Time, just time, what's the time at that time. Then just give function name and all these things you need to give. You need to stretch somewhat. You can do with print as well, but you need to stretch something. But if you use the logging, you do not need to do that. So logging, what logging will help you is, it will help you debugging and monitoring in real systems better. You can just simply debug. You just go to that logging.info. What happens is it will load errors. Let's say it will log info as well, warnings as well, errors as well, criticals as well. So whatever the issue you faces in the job, right, while it's running, that those are divided into the severity levels. So whatever the issue you have, it will log those things. Then what happens, as it started logging, you just go there and you see if any job failed, just go and search for error. That's it. in the job logs, right? You will just go and search for your errors. That's it. Then you will directly land into that error message. Then using that error message, you can start debugging your code. That's it. But in the print, right, it will just print what you asked this job to print. That's it. It's not flexible in production. Always we will go with the login.info. Okay, so whenever coming in future, right, whenever you see login.info, just remember that, okay, in production we won't use print, we will use login.info. Login.info is equal to print. Okay, for now you can think like that. So for better debugging, we are going to use login.info. That's it. Okay. Testing and all, like we have some PyTest unit test as well. So you guys need to test as well. So how your function is adding something like that, so you need to test those things as well. So documentation, readme.md, you just saw, right? Or doc strings means this. You need to test these things so that whoever coming after you, so they can understand that code. Okay, CICD and all you will get to know later. Okay, you need to automate those ones. So this is one simple production level script. Okay, job reads from an API, cleans it and writes to S3. So this is import functions. Okay, import function. This is you are setting the logging level, set up the logging. Okay, this is the URL and bucket name. Just you are getting from the environment. Okay, just fetching the data. So you're just putting this data into try and accept block, so that how the response, if that response got failed or something, then we will catch that error and we will log an error. Okay, otherwise it will complete successfully. Then this is the save to S3 function, save JSON data to S3. It says, right, it's self-explanatory. Then what happens here? S3 put object login.info, something like that. No credit. So if got something failed, then we will catch it here. Accept. Okay. Then main function. Main function is the place where your data entire execution will start executing. I mean your flow of your steps. Okay, so this is where main, but in real time we will put this both this function and this function into utility file, and then we will import from there, and then we will start using it. That's it. Now this is some small example where how you can make connection to databases, because in the real time, right, as a data engineer, you will get data from the databases or file systems. Let's say databases, you need to connect to database system. How you can connect? Using this. Okay, finance db is a db name, username, password. For now we just hardcoded it here, but just we will need to put this into yaml file, configuration file, or just environment. That's it. Now API ingestion and all. So this is how this looks like. Okay, small examples. How python, this is python, enter, this is PySpark code. PySpark is this data frame we create in PySpark, all those things will happen. Okay, so these are some checklist, some standards we follow, some naming we follow, proper project structure, configuration instead of hard coding, error handling, implement logging, test, documentation, pipeline, and monitoring everything. Right? So this is how the real time looks like. I just gave a brief on this. So if you do not understand any of these things, do not worry. This is not gonna disturb your practicing. Okay, just try to practice it. This is just production level thing. So once you mastered your Python code, then you can look into these kind of things. Okay, just for your information, I just show you this. Okay, um, that's pretty much for today's class. Okay, so these are the assignments I just gave you. You just take this and just try to do the assignment and just give me. Okay. Yeah, that's it for the today's class. So you guys, so far, any doubts, anything, just let me know. Mm, hello.
Ravi, in general, in everyday's life, so what type of work you do using the Pythons?
Okay, Python, right? So um, you read the data from the source. Okay, I read
Okay.
the data from the source. Let's say there is a function called sorry, there is a column called first name. Okay, I just wanted to make first name, the value is Ravi. Okay, the Ravi is very small. The Ravi is in small letters.
Maybe Ravi left. So, are you people able to download the files what Ravi is sharing?
Currently, these files are in the course builder, so you can just go here and just look, get it from there. List comprehension, writing production level.
I spoke to Akhil and he told that we can able to download whatever Ravi is uploading. So,
Okay. Um, so Subhash, you asked a question, right? So just for that. Okay. So this is the column name. Okay. I just read the data from the some database. So this is user ID. Okay, and this column name, and just their location. That's it. Okay, just one comma Ravi, comma location Hyderabad. That's it. Just one record. Now I read this data. Okay, I read this data, but for this column name, right, this survey, I do not like this. I do not. I wanted to make this column name into capital letters. Then I need to read this column. Read column name. My column name is, this is name, right? Name column. Just read that column. Okay. I'm just giving the syntax. This is not the real syntax. Okay. Just take that column dot upper. Right. Upper is by for you to know, upper is Python function. Right. I need to take this column and then I need to perform this upper function on top of this. Then what happens is after I run that, right, then this function, this entire, I just give one record here, but in function you'll have lots of records. This Ravi will become Ravi here. Okay, so if you want you can take this as well and do this one more upper. Okay, how the real syntax looks like is df, okay, dot with column. I know this is PySpark code, it won't understandable, but yeah, this is how we do it. So df dot, let's say this is data frame, we call it as data frame in PySpark. Frame is equal to table. Okay, table data. Now this df dot, what is the column name? My name, right? Dot name. Let me go with this thing better. Name. Okay. Dot upper. That's it. Now what will happen is I'll assign it to df again, or df final. Now my final df will look like this. Final table data will look like this. Okay. So if you think this is my df data table, df table data, initial table data. This is df underscore final is equal to transform table data. Okay, so this is how this data looks like. This is how you use Python here. So instead here I can use some if else and see, okay, if that name is exist or not. Let's say this id or something, um, id or something. Let's say you want to do some transformation, just take this df of id. Okay, then is it greater than 1? Okay, the greater than one, and do something like that. You can apply your if else conditions as well. So you can do all type of Python operations here, because you get the data from database. That's fine, using Spark features, but how you manipulate the data, how you transform the data, those kind of things, you need to do it using Python only. Okay, so this is a small example, but you have many examples. Sometimes we need to use dictionaries. Okay, so this is a row. So this row I need to convert into dictionary. How I can convert? um, there is this row as dictionary function, okay, provided by Python as dict function. So I will use this, and then this id will become, how this will become is the id will become 1 here, and name will become Ravi, and location will become Hyderabad. Okay, so this is a dictionary for me. Now I can work my Python functions on top of this dictionary, right? So this is also you can do. So there are many things you can apply using Python, but in the real time, Python is really helpful.
So,
Yeah.
do you use pandas or numpy?
Yeah, pandas and
Well,
numpy we'll use, but I will let you know where we will use pandas.
okay,
Pandas, right? If your data is less than 5 GB,
okay,
then use pandas.
okay.
Our laptop, let's say in our laptop, you can directly use pandas. It's very simple. You go here, uh,
Yes,
you can just import pandas
yes.
SPD. That's it. You can start using your panda. That's
So
it.
if it is more than 5 GB, then what
Go
you
with
should
PySpark.
follow?
PySpark.
PySpark.
It's not efficient to go with pandas for more than 5 GB file, 5 GB data file. But you can ask me in real time, you use pandas or PySpark. I use PySpark only, because the
Py-
production data is very huge. It will be millions of rows. Okay, so millions of rows, and pandas is known for working with only less amount of data. Let's say you have very less amount of data and you're pretty sure that the data won't increase in the future as well, then let's go with pandas, that's fine. Otherwise, go with PySpark. Okay,
Yeah.
so PySpark is very fast and it can handle any number of data, any huge amount of data.
Mhm. Okay.
Yeah. And numpy, right? Numpy is for like some array in Python.
Yes.
uh, it's a array, right?
Yes.
Array. So you can use this via numpy. Numpy is a external feature of library you need to import and you can start using, but I will be honest, I never use numpy in my day-to-day
Okay.
activities. I always go with the list or something and then I will get my job done. So as a
Okay.
data engineer, you do not need to, you need this numpy and pandas if you are going to, if you are
But
not
you
going
should
to.
be very strong in the basic concept of the Python, right?
Yeah, basic concept. Yeah,
Basic.
mostly if you're strong with this set, tuple, list, and extend, then that's it. It
Yes,
will get
yes,
your
that
job.
is fine. Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah,
So if you people have any doubt, you can ask. Please speak something. Don't be in the mute. And Monday I will check. I and Ravi will verify whether people have practiced or not.
yeah.
So in
We'll
this
try
week,
to verify in the call
whatever.
itself, live class.
Yes. Please speak something. Don't be in the mute, please. Are you saying something, Karthik? I am not able to hear you.
No doubt, no, no doubts.
Okay, fine.
I
Uh,
think so.
Yes, Anusha, go ahead.
No, ma'am. We'll just go through once more.
yes.
Yes, go through once more and make the practice. Okay, make practice for 2 to 3 times and prepare the screenshot on Monday. And we'll ask you the questions also. It's not like that you will show the screenshot. No, we will ask you the questions also.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Cool.
Thank you, Ravi, very much. You
Thank
are
you.
also extending time means from 9 to 10 to also
Yeah.
more than 15 to 20 minutes or so you are giving. So
Yeah. Yeah.
really it is helpful for us also. So if people are happy or not, just let us know.
Yes,
Happy,
ma'am.
happy.
Actually, there are many things to tell you guys, but
Yes,
given the time constraint, I need to skip many of the concepts.
yes,
Sometimes I couldn't deep dive into those concepts as well. But yeah,
yes,
that's okay. You guys can. There are many online platforms. Okay, there are many YouTube tutorials as well. I just introduced a concept to you. Just go and search for that concept. You'll find different articles, many good videos as well. So just see
yes,
that. See, especially when I started learning, right? I used to know some concept. Then I used to search in Google. There should be different articles. I used to refer those articles. Then refer many places. Then you will get to know some idea. Then that idea will definitely help you in your future. Okay, just refer. You need to do research. When you start your development, right, in data engineering, you won't get everything in the. You won't know everything beforehand. You need to do some research, then you will get to know many things. Okay, from now itself you need to start doing some research on the concepts you are going to learn. Okay, there are some efficient ways that will be put in the online stack or for those kind of things. Just do some research, that's it, you'll get to know all the things.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah,
Yes.
thank you all.
Thank you, Ravi. Thank you, all of
Thank you,
you.
sir.
Okay.
Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Bye.